TG looked embarrassed, so Sunray quickly went on. But you're not alone. Many children are like you. They don't realise that they are what they eat. And if they don't do something about it, they will be unfit and healthy when they grow up too. Saffron smiled. Close your mouth, you'll catch a fly. TG turned to look at her. You see, TG, years ago, BFF, children ate more fruit and vegetables. They must have been mad, whispered TG under his breath. What was that? Saffron frowned. Oh, I said, what's BFF? Lied TG, going a little red. Sorry, I forgot you're not from our world. BFF stands for Before Fast Food. TG's face was a picture. He had to try very hard not to laugh. Before fast food? Honestly, they couldn't expect him to take all this seriously, surely. However, one look at the warriors' earnest faces told him they did. So he composed himself and looked at Saffron with the best I'm interested face he could manage. Saffron sighed. The Crystal Lady is our leader. She's the guardian of the white light that comes from the sun. You've probably already learned at school how white light splits to make a rainbow. TG nodded enthusiastically, pleased that he already knew something. Smiling, Saffron continued. Plants need white light to grow, and each colour of the rainbow gives them a special type of goodness. That's why you get them in all the rainbow colours. Oh yes, I'd never thought of it that way before, said TG thoughtfully. The Crystal Lady loves children and becomes very sad when they're not well. The problem is that when she's sad, she starts to fade away. And if she ever disappears, there will be no more sunlight and plants will stop growing. It will be a total disaster. We have to save the lady, or your homeland will never be the same again. Shaking his head in bewilderment, TG demanded, What's it got to do with me? I can't help. I hate fruit and vegetables, and I'm rubbish at learning lessons. That's just it, insisted Sky. If you can learn the lessons, anyone can. TG didn't think this was a compliment. Thanks a lot, he snorted crossly. Ignoring him, Sky continued, Your mission is to help us stop the Crystal Lady fading away, and at the same time take our message to all the boys and girls out there who have forgotten the force of phytopower. By now TG had shut his eyes and was pinching himself on the arm. I must be dreaming. Are you okay? He heard Saffron say, and felt a hand on his shoulder. He opened his eyes and found himself looking into her concerned face. Okay, he sighed, I give up. What do you want me to do? At last, boomed Sky. Stand back, everybody. He pointed his phytojet at the cauldron, switching it on as he did so, and out poured a bright rainbow light that made TG shield his eyes. The cauldron began to spin again. It whizzed around so fast that the colours of the rainbow all merged into one, and the cauldron glowed a pearly white, sparkling as if it were studded with diamonds. Gradually a pure white mist emerged from the mouth of the cauldron and formed into a crystal throne. Sitting on the throne was the lady TG had met in the puddle in the playground. It was difficult to see her as she was almost transparent, dressed from head to foot in flowing white robes. On her head was a crystal crown that sparkled with the colours of the rainbow, and round her waist shimmered a sash of multicoloured rainbow light. In her hand she held a pair of golden scales, and arching across them was a miniature rainbow. TG noticed that each of the rainbow warriors had a picture of the scales in the rainbow on the back of their tunics. As one, the warriors bowed to the lady. She smiled down at TG and spoke. Her voice was soft and gentle, but had an underlying power to it. I am the Crystal Lady. Welcome to my world, TG. Thank you for coming to help me. I hope you will open your mind and your heart to the messages my rainbow warriors and phytopower bring you. If you do, you will leave here not only wiser, but healthier too. You can save me from fading away by uncovering the secret of the golden cauldron. When you leave us, it will be important to take what you learn back with you. Every boy and girl you successfully pass the message on to will add strength to our cause. How can I pass a message on if I don't know what it is? Asked a rather perplexed TG. Come here, TG, beckoned the Crystal Lady. Shyly he stepped forward into the white light that surrounded the lady. He suddenly felt a surge of energy flow through him from the tips of his toes to the top of his head, and he jumped up high and punched the air with his fist. The lady laughed. You aren't used to feeling so energetic, are you, TG? That's because you aren't used to phytopower. As the lady said the words phytopower, the cauldron started to glow and thrum, and TG could hear the faint chant of phytopower, phytopower, put some on your plate. He even thought he heard the cauldron add, yes, that means you, TG. Tearing his eyes away from the cauldron, he looked up at the lady. Reaching down, she now passed him a small card. Take this picture of me and keep it safe. It will help you to know you are progressing on your mission. So long as my image does not fade, you will know you are doing well. TG stretched out and took it from her. On one side was a picture of the Crystal Lady smiling out at him. He was too stunned to reply, so he just stood and looked at the card. Turning it over, he saw a rainbow balance and the letters PHP. Eventually he looked up and, finding his voice, began to stammer, thank you. There was a flash and the Crystal Lady vanished, leaving the words, my fate is in your hands, TG, hanging in the air. Sky spoke. Don't look so worried, TG. We'll help you as much as we can. It will be a bit like a game. When we go into the next field, the adventure will begin. During it, will you have to make some choices, just like in everyday life. If you make good choices, you will complete your mission successfully and the Crystal Lady will be saved. TG didn't look convinced, so Scarlet added, you can use the card as a guide. If the picture of the Crystal Lady gets brighter, you'll know you've made a good choice. If she fades, you'll know you've made a silly or a bad choice. On the reverse of the card is the rainbow balance to remind you that there are two magic words. Balance, for keeping balance in your life, and the rainbow for variety. These are two very important words. Keep them in mind as you make your choice. I know, chimed in Sky. Imagine you are Superman on one of his missions. Your mission is to save the children back home from making themselves unhealthy through bad food choices. That cheered TG up. How wonderful to be going on a mission just like Superman. Crikey, that is a difficult mission, but I'll do my best. Good on you, TG, chirped Sunray as he walked up to them. Remember, balance and variety is what you all need. Oh yes, chorused the others and burst into song. Balance and variety is what we all need. Balance and variety help us to succeed. Have a plate of porridge to superstart your day. Nibble on some nuts and seeds, they'll bounce you on your way. Eat some fish with fruit and veg. You'll really be surprised, 'cause healthy food can taste real good. So open up your eyes. Let's start our adventure, whooped Saffron as she grabbed TG's hand.